locations. Close but do not lock doors. If hallways are the safest areas identified, keep students at least 30 feet from exterior doors and away from large panes of glass.
I wouldn't hang out here.
If safe to do so, take attendance once you are in your shelter location. It is important to listen for any additional instructions and updates, as severe weather can change quickly. The announcement for Shelter for a Hazardous Material Release is Shelter for Hazmat Release. Shut windows, seal exterior openings, and shut down HVAC systems. Remain in the room for further instructions. For a hazardous material spill, all exterior doors and windows should be closed and sealed. All circulation systems need to be turned off. This may be accomplished within the building, where some systems may require turn-off from a central district location. Be prepared to move from a shelter for a hazmat release to an evacuation of the building at the advisement of local responders and officials.
Okay, you guys are experts on that. We're not going to continue to do it. The last one is hold. It's pretty simple. Guys, one of the things that I'm extremely proud of in Klein ISD, and I've been here for 25 years in administrative capacities for the last 10 or so. And one of the things that I'm always amazed with is it's the same 8 or 10 people. When it goes bad, it's a group text, it's the same 8 or 10 people that are going to, what we're asking you guys to do is hold the situation for 7-10 minutes. And the other day when the gas thing, when I heard it go out, I listened to it a minute, I left it alone, but when I heard they may be evacuating, I was here in 3.5 minutes from the office. Yeah. I wish people would move. Lights and sirens don't mean the same thing to them anymore. But yes, no, I was here quick, fast, hurry, because I'm thinking, oh boy, we got to move a lot of kids. Let's get it done. But I will tell you, the whole time I was here, my phone was ring, 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 different people and different things were in play. Before I knew it, maintenance was here, transportation director here. We had folks that were showing up quick, fast, in a hurry. So while I am very appreciative of the standard language, it's pretty straightforward. You know, if we're going to shelter, we're going to shelter. If we're going to hold, we're going to hold. We don't need to go through the whole thing. Now, each and every one of you should get one of this in English and Spanish for your classroom. Please don't put it within 3 foot of the door. Oh, y'all don't have to. Don't put it on strings higher than 18 inches from the ceiling. What? Fire Marshal Christensen is a good friend of mine. I pick fun at her when we have choir practice too. So don't worry about it. But anyway, but each and every one of you should have this. If you would take a minute, review it. But the biggest thing here, guys, the one for me is going to truly be that we are in a lockdown. That's the one that keeps me awake at night. That's the one that I really, really want to make sure that my message is clear. And it is. It's right back to the run, hide, fight, and avoid, deny, offend. The action of getting away from it is always the first one. And I can't stress enough. If you'll just take a few minutes, few seconds, not minutes, but seconds, in your regular life, your daily life, you get acclimated to being a habit of walking in and looking around. That's a plan. That really is a plan. As soon as you identify, and I'm not talking about I went in the front door, so I'm going out the front. When I walk in somewhere, identify something else. I mean, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The Joker movie, I want to go see it, but I'm scared to death, even as a cop. I might be sitting there with it because there's some serious advisories out about groups with this. I mean, I'm out, and after Aurora, I mean, I go to movie theaters and it's, once upon a time it was bad being with a cop. Now it's really bad at the movies. Like, okay, we're going to sit right there so I can see that door. We're getting out that. I mean, I'm strategizing how I'm getting out of the room at a movie theater. And it's sad. But one of the things that I failed to share with you guys, because we talk about this and we keep talking about active shooter events and things that are occurring. Let's talk about the real world of this Okay, I want to share some stats with you real quick because first let me ask, has anybody in here been struck by lightning? Anybody? No, I'm just asking. I'll explain. That video is cool, but I'll explain in a minute. Why I'm asking. From 2007 to 2017, there was 310 homicides on school campuses nationwide. 310. Homicide meaning someone lost their life. That in itself, you're like, ooh, wait. But now let's talk about the fact that from daycares through post-secondary, there's over 125,000 physical buildings. So if we did that used years in a mathematical equation, 1 every 408 years. And that study that I was reading was published by CNN, so anyway. But I won't get into I'll leave the politics alone. It was published by CNN. It did not differentiate between daytime, nighttime, weekends. And why that becomes important is because our young entrepreneurial pharmaceutical reps hang out on some of our campuses after hours, our drug dealers. And that's a pretty dangerous career choice. And so sometimes, and I tell you that because the instances we've seen, guys, and y'all, I think most of you know most know, right? There's been a lot of cleanup around here lately, underbrush clearing and stuff. You know, some of the situations sometimes happen after hours. So it didn't differentiate from that. So if we looked at, and the reason I'm telling you, you're more likely to be struck by lightning almost 2 times in your life than you are to suffer a violent attack on school campus. Schools are still the safest place, but it's a very emotional piece, so news is going to carry and run with it, no matter what it is. The other 3 weeks ago, we had a man with a gun. What the call should have been is a man with a gun at a Cy-Fair school, but it went out as an active shooter. Because active shooter immediately gets everybody to tune in. And so we have to recognize that we're becoming so hypersensitive to that. Now, there's some positives, and I'll share in a minute when we get to the keep client safe part. But I will tell you, and the reason I asked about lightning is last year, and it happened to me again this week. Twice it's happened. I'm talking about the lightning piece, and a lady at one of our intermediate schools, she's like way in the back. She sheepishly raised her hand. And I said, yes, ma'am, because middle of the presentation, she raised her hand and said, yes, ma'am. She goes, Chief, I want to let you know, I've been struck by lightning twice. I'm like, get out. Take your team, get out. They're just as unlucky as you for having to be there. Get out. But anyway, so the point, it's just not as pervasive as they would have you believe. And I don't ever want to create a false sense of security, but that's where it becomes important. Guys, have you noticed that the school liaison officers, they've changed what they're doing this year? We've even ramped it up more to the point that they're expected to walk and pull every door in this building at least one time a day and report in if they find doors propped open, not working, whatever. We've added that to their duties. And as I said, I anticipate that they're going to exceed 15,000. And when I'm talking about 15,000 unique walkthroughs, I'm talking about, is it really 184 school days? No. I can never get it straight. Now that it went to minutes, it used to be 179. Then anyway, somewhere between 179 and 184 days, whatever we work. Seems like 365, I know. But whatever days it is, 15,000 walkthroughs during daylight hours, school time. Actual with kids on buildings. So I'm not trying to create a false sense, but the piece behind that is my goal is to harden our targets to the point that heaven forbid somebody's got it in their heart to do harm, that they move on. I don't wish that on our neighbors, but my job is to protect client family. And you're my client family, so that's the way we're going to treat that. So, show of hands again, who's got kids? Incline, I mean? It's important to have kids, don't get me wrong, but incline. Does everybody remember, we talked about it last year, does everybody remember my keep client safe? Of course, I'm going to mess this all up. Technology and I are not best friends. Okay, Klein, there it is. Anywhere in Klein, KNET or Klein ISD, right here, the red button, keep Klein safe, right? Allows you to maybe click, keep Klein safe. And it runs down, you know, see it, say it, don't spread it. The cool thing about this is, you know how many school districts have actually adopted this? Justin Elbert over at Communications beside himself, because what's the most sincere form of flattery is people copied our entire web page. I mean, they don't even fake it. They just copy the colors and everything, put their name in it and go with it. Yeah, no, he's like, you know, one part of me he's like really mad. The other's like, that's really cool that they're actually seeing that an innovative piece. Anyway, so at this point, you can report a threat. And what I was talking about, the hypersensitivity, the really cool part about that, and I hate that our kids are afraid. I really hate that our kids, that they've lost a certain sense of innocence. But the piece behind that, what we're seeing as law enforcement, is a kid will walk up and go, hey, I'm going to snitch, but let me tell you what's happening. And they will come talk to us. You know, that old adage, snitches get stitches and end up in ditches, that stuff's kind of gone. They really are. They're talking to us. And quite frankly, with 54 officers spread out over 88 square miles with 54,000 kids and almost 8,000 employees, we're very thankful for the help. But anyway, so they can log in here, they can send it, they can actually send it anonymous. We will look at it. I don't remember last year, I had a situation about 11:45 one Sunday night, and I don't remember if it was before or after I spoke with you guys, because I put it in my talk because it was so cute. A kid sent a message to me at 11:45 a Sunday night, said, they took my spaghetti. So I, being me, you know, I mean, I don't sleep a lot, so ding, my phone ring, alert. I jumped in there. Wow, I'm really sorry they took your spaghetti. Can you provide me more details so we can open a case file and figure out exactly who did and chase this down? And in the meantime, it's awful late on a school night. Shouldn't you be in bed? Send it up. It was anonymous. I don't know who it was. They didn't threaten self-harm or harm of others, so I'm not going to chase the IP address down. I'm going to leave it alone. But what does that tell that kid? Even though that kid's goofing around, and I say it's a he, it may have been a she, but they're goofing around, but they know how to use this. And they know the next morning I'm not sitting in their assistant principal's office messing with them because they were doing it.
But they do know they got a response too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, my lovely